What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Home of Chrome. Today I'm here with my 1970 Cadillac, and we're going to be changing out a fuel pump. Of course, you get started, somebody wants to start mowing grass. Anyway, what are you gonna do? So this car, I need to get it running and moving so I can get it out from behind the garage here. And I've got some stuff coming over from the Car Wizard. If you've seen some of his videos talking about his car, the Hades hearse, it's going to be the yin to the... Alright, so I know you're curious as to where this is located. So the fuel pump is located down here on the driver's side of the block. It's, like I said, it's got two bolts that hold it in. What we're going to need to do is we need to go underneath first and pull the supply line off of where the filter, where the fuel comes through the filter into the carburetor. We need to pull that line off, and then we can start taking the bolts out. So I'm going to pull it out, let it hang, and I'm going to cut the lines underneath it, just because they're old and cracked and rotted and need to be replaced anyway. So that's what we're going to do first. So let's go underneath and check it out. All right, so these are the lines I was talking about. This line here is new. This line here, not so new. See how that just pours right out of there? So yeah, we got to fix that. Gas is too expensive to be wasting out here on the driveway. There we go. Yeah, come on off there, baby. Okay. We'll get this off, and then we'll go back up top and pull the bolts out. Like I said, they're not too bad. I've already been in there trying to get them loose just to see what it was going to be like before I started filming. Because this is my first time to ever change a fuel pump on a 472. Alright, well, that come off pretty easy. Make sure we got it good. Yep, alright, that's loose. Okay. Alright, let's go up top. Let's take that, let's take those top bolts out. Ew. Yeah, see how gross that is? Look at that. Look. Look at that. That's not oil. That is varnished gasoline right there. That's what that is. That is not oil. That is coming out of the fuel pump. You trying to put that through the car. Holy crap, man. Alright, so now that we've got that bottom line taken off, we can go ahead and start pulling these top bolts out. Or pulling this top bolt out. The bottom bolt is loose, so that's not going to be too big of a deal. You always want to make sure that you have all of your lines disconnected, all of your hard lines disconnected, before you start taking out your bolts that mount it, because you got to have something to hold it tight. Anyway, a little hint there. So yeah, give you guys, if you haven't seen the introduction video, kind of give you guys an idea of what this channel is going to be like. I don't have a lot of money to be spending on cars and things like that. So all my videos are going to be things that your everyday kind of working person can do. I know hearses aren't everybody's kick. I just like them just because they're all unique in their own way. And these older, these antique hearses to me are just, they're beautiful. I mean, the cars are well built. They've got very gracious lines. They're just great cars. They're real head turners. Whether you're turning your head to look at them, turning your head to look away. It is what it is. Neighbors don't seem to mind too much. So yeah, get this fuel pump out. Get my new one in. Hopefully that will solve some of my starting issues, because like I said here before the channel got started, when I first got the car and when we got it running, it was over at my friend Richard's house. Are you kidding me? Over at my friend Richard's house, and my goal was to get it running and drive it home. And so we replaced all the ignition components in it, put a temporary boat tank in it, which when I drove it home, it was literally ratchet strapped to the bottom of the car in the stock fuel tank location. And this little old fuel pump here that we're taking out had just enough in it to get me home. I've driven the car around the block a few times, so I've got like maybe 9 or 10 miles on it, which isn't bad because the car, like I said, sat for 30 years underneath a covered Alright guys, so welcome back. It's been a couple days now since we started this project. We had a little parts issue, had to get that rectified. Anyway, so we've got that taken care of. Let's go ahead and get this in, and we'll start replacing us some lines. Hopefully get this beast back on the road. So we had ourselves a practice run before you put it on any part. Make sure you put the gasket on it. Okay, so we've hit another snag. That line right there, the little steel line, is too small for the filter outlet. So I've got to get that fixed. I think what I'm going to do, if I can, is I'm just going to pull the old housing off of the old fuel pump and just put it on this one. They appear to be the same, but the fuel line is a different size. So we've got to get that squared away, but for right now, we can go ahead and start hooking up our lines. All right, so cannot see through the camera. Alright guys, so we got to take this fuel line off this carburetor, which is right here, and that is going to be a 1/2 inch wrench. If I'm lucky, I can get away with just loosening it up without having to get a backup nut, or a backup wrench rather, on this nut. Alright, so I think we've got that cleaned out. Basically just blasted it with carbon choke cleaner, pushed a lot of junk out, and I'll show you the mess underneath. Yeah, there we go. See that? All of that came out of that fuel line that comes from the old fuel pump to the carburetor, which has just been rebuilt. So hopefully you don't have to rebuild it again, but probably gonna have to. So anyway, that's a mess. All right, so here we are at the back of the car. This is that temporary line I was telling you about that has to come out. Yeah, no, this ands or buts, because like I said, that's temporary from before we had the tank back in here. So let's go ahead and we'll start taking that out. So yeah, this thing here, the Pinion seal's leaking really good. Looks like over there on the passenger, or rather on the driver's side, looks like I'm going to have to cut out that rear shock because the bolt is bent. So that's neat. You know, just throwing sparks right around the fuel tank. And anyway, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. So yeah, when we get done here, everything in this fuel system is going to be new. With the exception of the steel lines that lead from the tank to up there to where the fuel pump is. We pulled the, well, we say we pulled them. We took the lines off of them and blew cleaner and all that other good stuff through them. They came out pretty decent, so we left them alone. But we did not do that to the fuel line on the carburetor. Should have done that. Should have done that. But we didn't. So here we are. It's clean now. So that's nothing to worry about now. So at least I don't think so. But the fuel filter does have, or rather the fuel pump does have a fuel filter in it, as well as the carburetor. So worst case scenario is I got to pull those and clean them. So again, not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. There we go. And almost done. I mean, if anything, the brake lines look good. Alright, there we go. Show you what we got. I'll get you in here real quick. Ooh, hello. Not that much, my face. I said we just replaced this line. This is the return line. This is the supply line. Oh, I just realized I need to get a clamp on there. And so these are new. All the lines in them are new. All the lines in the car are new with the exception of the steel lines that run up to the front of the car. Fuel tank has been rebuilt, and let's see, as far as ignition system and fuel system goes, this thing should be about ready to go. Like I said, as you can see, that pinion seal's leaking pretty good. And then well, you see you got that bottom bolt there on the shock. It's bent on the driver's side, so that's got to get cut out and replaced eventually. And yeah, but as far as the underside of the car goes, I mean, it's not bad. Let's zoom out here. There we go. Not right up in your teeth. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, there's a quarter panel, and the other quarter panel looks exactly like that, so it's not too bad at all, really. So, all right, well, let me get out from under here and we'll
call this video good.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be the end of this video here. We're going to put a wrap up on this one. And we've got the fuel pump changed out. We've got new fuel lines. The rubber lines are changed out. And I've got to put a clamp on the supply line coming from the tank up to the front here. So we'll do that later off camera. That's kind of boring. But yeah, again, thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, if you would, please subscribe down below. Hit like, hit share. Anything you do in that manner really helps me out a lot. Go ahead and comment down below too what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. I know I kind of ramble when it comes to this stuff here, but you know, it's just things that come to my mind, and those things are kind of random sometimes, so it is what it is. But yeah, again, as you can see, it's starting to get dark, and it's the life of a working guy here. You know, like I said, I've got a 9 to 5. Well, it's more of a 8 to 5, whatever you want to call it. And then I have to come home and try to finish filming videos and things like that. So from now on, I'm going to try and get videos out on Fridays. Yeah, we're going to shoot for Fridays. Might have a couple that pop up sporadically. Like tomorrow, I'm going to be heading out to a friend's place in eastern Kansas, and we're going to do a shoot on his car. So if you want to see that, go ahead and stick around. That one will actually be out probably Sunday night. This one's coming out tonight on Friday. So I've got a late night of editing. Just trying to get these things out for you guys and gals. I do appreciate it again. Thank you so much.